You like that? We're talking about sports, though. It's serious business, Haley. So, anybody out there, how many NHL players were on Team USA? I'll be flipping the camera around here in just a minute. Bama and TMP in the heezy. Yeah, we'll get this camera around. There we go. So, what's the question again? How many NHL players were on Team USA that literally just won the gold medal in the Olympics? That is the question I am wondering. I'm thinking that Tony and Bama are probably going to know the answer to this question. Few people entered. Yeah. And that all. I have a feeling Tony and Bama are going to tell you. Hopefully. They don't get off this.
What's happening?
Yo,
You there?
I am here.
Yeah, hell yeah. USA.
We are
USA.
currently live on TikTok and recording on Zoom. So we're doing. We got all the things happening. We're gonna see if we can not be the bad boys. Oh Christ! Damn it, Tony! Tony, you can't do that if we're live on TikTok. But you did. Just so
we were live on TikTok. Wait, yeah, we were live on TikTok, but not.
Oh, there's 25? Okay. So if well, dude, and I say that because it's exactly the first thing that I did. Very first thing. So we're gonna see. So we have one goal today on our TikTok live, guys. That is to not get banned. We'll see if we can not get banned. So that's also
baby steps.
That's why
baby steps.
Luckily, it's not like I think they only ban you for like a few hours or like a couple days. You know, it's not like some major like infraction. So, anyways, you guys froze up. Are you there?
Oh, there. You there?
Cool, cool.
All right, you're there.
All right. Did I freeze or did you guys freeze?
I think you froze because your screen just went black.
Okay. Okay. Of course. And then there's always the technical difficulties. So, you there? Are we there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we're here.
I'm here. You're here. Looks like we got full internets. So, anyways, we're recording. Tony, why don't you kick us off with a good old-fashioned sports and tacos, steak tacos intro. In 3, 2, 1, do it.
Good morning, everybody. The United States, the world. Hey, man, to all our U.S. Olympians, we give you loves, man. Do what you do. And also, just minutes ago, yes, our U.S. men's hockey joins our U.S. women's with gold medals. Yeah. Gold medals. Yes, we are Sports and Tacos. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful Sunday. We're going to get things started. You got Rob, Bama, Roll Tide. You got Shotgun Spencer Cadigan. You got me, TMP. And we got more people out there. We got a man in the shower. We got an MLB great. And we got a Kansas City fan. But you know what? We're going to get things started. Let's talk about that Olympics. Come on, Shotgun. Let it go.
We have a special guest on the show today.
Oh,
Mr. J Champ himself called up screaming USA, 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 just like 5 minutes ago. So I was like, hey Joe, if you can be super excited about USA hockey, why don't you come on the show?
Did you
What
say
a game,
J-Champ?
Vaughn. What a game.
Oh, there he is.
Goes into overtime, 3-on-3. Little
Yeah, man. The Hughes brothers saved us in both overtimes,
Hughes
Sweden
brothers
and,
both saved them
and
both.
Canada.
And that goalie kind of put the game on his back, saved us quite a few times there in the third period.
Yeah, Hellebrook.
It's
Yeah,
very
hell
exciting,
yeah.
really fun to watch. Great game. So excited for the USA.
The whole fun thing about it is this morning I actually woke up at 5:30. I was all excited going, it's hockey time. And then all of a sudden it was just, I don't even know. I woke up, it's 7 o'clock. I'm up.
I've been up since 5. I watched the whole game, even before that. I watched the pregame, the whole game. I'm ready to go to bed now.
I watched the ending. They saved the best for last.
They did do that. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a really exciting game. Yeah. What it should have been. Hard hitting under.
So, so we're on TikTok live also. I was just wondering, I have not been able to follow the Olympics a whole lot. Hey, and do you guys know Tony and Bama or Joe? Do any of you guys have like a free phone? How many NHL players was pretty much the entire team NHL players, or was there amateurs mixed in on the team also?
No, I'm pretty sure it was NHL for both teams. I'm pretty sure. I'm sure the other countries, yes, but as far as USA and Canada goes, I'm not 100%, but I'm like 99.9%, 999 that it was all NHL.
Got it. So it wasn't like there wasn't like some
But
kind
I
of
will have
limit.
to look it up. Though. Don't. I'm not gonna put $1,000 on it right there. But yeah,
No,
yeah.
Well,
no.
like Slovakia,
Well, the other
I found
schools,
this
yeah.
out yesterday.
The other teams, yeah, the other countries, of course, they had amateur players on there, or not amateur, but not NHL, probably like
The minor league.
like the KHL, the European leagues, the Russian leagues, those leagues. They're professional players, just not NHL professional.
See, like the Slovakia goalie, he's like a USA minor league goalie. He wasn't ever in the NHL yet, but he went to college, but
Yep,
he's in the
yeah.
minors. But yeah, that was their most famous celebrity on their team. But yeah, a lot of them have a lot of young people that nobody knows about yet.
Right. Well,
Yeah, it's
that
tough.
I guess that was my sort of question. So if that's the case, if most of Team USA is NHL players, they just kind of a week before or what, 3 or 4 days before, they just threw them all together and said, go become a team and go win the gold medal?
No, I'm sure this is planned way in advance, saying, "Hey, do you wish to, play for your country?" And it's a yes or no, and they got to probably check their contracts too.
All right.
But
Well, it says right here, all 25 players on the U.S. men's hockey team for the Winter Olympics are NHL players. So I'm assuming that Canada's probably the same way.
Right. So
Canada had a couple
Yeah.
abs on them.
I
Kind of
guess
tough.
Yeah, Canada had him like
that's
McKinnon
all I
and
was kind of
McConnell.
wondering.
Him.
But listen,
Eh?
this is what I'm saying is if every player was in the NHL, I'm assuming they were all playing in the NHL 3 or 4 days before the Olympics started. So they
Yeah.
didn't have any time to like train together. And
No, hell no. They just, you just get to play. You know how you play. You know how to play professional hockey, so you go out there and do it.
yeah, so that's kind of amazing. I mean, we were chatting about this I think last week, Greg Vaughn, because you played in lots of all-star games. When you just throw a bunch of stars together, okay, let me ask you this. When you do that, because there is a team aspect, obviously of team sports, when you do do egos get in the way of winning when you just throw a bunch of stars together?
I think it's different because they have a committee that picks the players, so they're getting guys that gel. You guys were talking about hockey. They played in the Four Nations, so they're familiar. You know what I mean? They're familiar with each other. A lot of them, work out together. A lot, hockey's hockey at the end of the day. You just got to find the right lines and the guys that mix with it. And the I think Crosby being out hurt them a little bit. And but you got to give it to Hellebuck. He played his ass off, in the goal. So I think that was big.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just kind of wonder about that, so because it takes a little while to get to know each other. But I guess when you're just, NHL, uber talent, and you have, I'm assuming, a great coach, the coach is going to know that these guys are your first line, these guys are your second line. You just the talent level compared to amateurs, I'm guessing, is just that much greater. I
And
don't know. What are your thoughts?
You know
Greg.
what's unfortunate. You know what's unfortunate about that whole thing is all the coaches, they don't get a medal.
What? Why?
Coaches don't get a medal.
Coaches don't get a medal.
Not enough money in the budget, or what?
I don't know.
I mean, have you seen the price of gold lately? That's pretty
Yeah,
high, man.
that's
It's
true.
skyrocketed.
Gold is
They
through
get
the
a
roof.
pat on the back and they get their name on the block, but they don't get a medal.
Greg, you've never met our buddy Joe. I finally got him on a Sunday morning. So Joe Camparelli comes on the show pretty often. He works a lot on Sunday mornings, but Joe is super old school with me, Tony, and Bama. We all work together at the Platte River Bar and Grill for years and years. So
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Joe's
you,
a
Greg.
Yes, sir.
super Raiders fan.
Unfortunately.
Joe's originally from Oakland.
Mendoza coming our way.
I think it's looking up for you guys. You got a lot of cap space too.
A lot of cap space. Yeah, no, I like.
So
We'll see.
yeah,
You got Clint Kubiak coming in.
Greg is originally from Sacramento, Joe. Joe's from Oakland.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
There we
I'm a Niner fan, but I live in Vegas, so I live by all
Oh,
your
that's
boys.
awesome.
All,
Oh,
right
heck yeah, I
across-
really want to go. I really want to check out that stadium. Really want
That's
to go
nice.
see it. Still
Nice.
haven't been.
Matter of fact, Andre, you're the center right across the street from me.
Oh, really?
The second round picks at my club. I mean, Bowers, all those they play at Anthem at my
Yeah.
club. Yeah. So
Oh,
you see
that's
him a lot.
sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
So Joe, what I don't know, Joe, other than okay, so this is what I'm trying not to be, is just a bandwagon jumping USA, because I literally
Kind of what I was
that's why
doing.
I'm
Yeah.
asking about, like, so it was all NHL players, there was no amateurs. What's the headline other than USA dominates the world in hockey? Go USA.
I think it'll be Hughes, like it's that game-winning goal, and I think there'll also be a big storyline about I can't I can't really say his last name correctly, but a guy who you remember like a few months back, those brothers who got like hit by a drunk driver. They all kind of
Goudreau.
team kind of what was it? What was it?
Johnny Goudreau.
Johnny
brothers.
Gaudreau, thank you. The Gaudreau brothers, they all kind of banded together and won it for him. If you see like in the at the end of it, they're all holding his jersey up. They brought his kids out for like the USA
Yeah.
team photo with the gold medal. I think that'll be like one of the bigger storylines. It's just like they won it for him, you know?
Okay.
And 42 years since Miracle
Yeah.
on Ice.
And 42, yeah, 42 years
Since
since
1980. Yeah.
1980,
since it won
first
gold. Yeah.
gold medal since 1980. And
Yeah, they
I don't know,
also
we didn't really dominate Canada. I kind of missed
Yeah,
the
right,
first
hell yeah.
period and a half, but in the third period, it was everyone was just saying, let's get this to overtime, and it was pretty true because the goalie saved us quite a few
Yeah, yeah.
times.
Yeah, it was a
And
couple
then,
lucky saves by
yeah, a
Hellebuck that
couple
got us
lucky
into overtime.
saves. There was one where like the guy had a wide open net, and the goalie had just literally hit off like the edge of his stick
Yeah.
to the side of the net. It was unbelievable. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, I think there's a few storylines that they can roll with, but
well, then also that one kid that it's on the team that he's the third generation to get a gold medal for the USA. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
cool. I didn't hear
Yeah,
that
well,
part.
yeah, Brock Nelson, yeah, the Avalanche guy, Brock Nelson. I guess he's the third generation gold medalist for his family. I don't know what his other folks did. I doubt it was hockey, but I guess it could have been. I know it wasn't the 80 hockey team. Maybe Granddad played on the 20s hockey team or whatever it was when they won. But I don't know.
I was kind of
Yeah,
wondering about something.
it's good storyline, Spencer. Yeah.
Well, what I was kind of wondering about also, and this, I don't want to get like too political with this, but with Russia not being allowed in the Olympics, did the actual NHL, I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this question, like look it up if we don't, but players from Russia, did they even get to play in the Olympics? Did they throw them on other teams? Or if you were from Russia, were you just out? Does anybody know?
And
Yeah,
hockey, yeah.
you're out. You're not.
And hockey,
No.
yeah. They definitely didn't have any
Because
hockey players playing.
don't
No.
get me wrong,
Unless
like,
unless you had like a dual citizenship, you might could have got to play. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Because it was NHL players. I'm sure there's many Russian NHL hockey players.
yeah, but like what's his name? The Capitals guy. What's his
Ovechkin?
name? Yeah, Ovechkin.
Ovechkin.
He couldn't play. What Nichushkin, but he's Russian for the place the Avalanche. He couldn't play. I mean, yeah.
Wow. I mean, and then the
Yeah,
reason
Russia couldn't be in any of the games. I mean, they're
Yeah.
done. They can't.
right, I get that. And so where I'm going with that is because of that, there may be ever going to be a tiny bit of an asterisk.
No.
You tarnishing the gold medal? Come on, Spencer.
No, I'm just saying
Canada-
Russia.
Canada-
Okay, listen to this.
Jeez.
Listen.
Canada
this is
was the
where I'm
team to
going
beat in
with
that
this.
Yeah,
tournament.
If you
Canada
got
was the
on-
team to beat.
Hey, listen, if you got on the phone and you called Russia right now, what would they say?
If you,
Oh,
Spencer, if you
I
got on the
hope
phone and called Russia about
propaganda, yeah.
everything, they're gonna have something different to say. Shit. Why are you
Yeah.
calling Russia anyway?
I just
Seriously. What's
that's
going
what
on?
I'm saying,
Spencer?
you don't have
That's it on
Ovechkin.
you.
You don't have, it's not necessarily the true best of the best.
Well, yeah, because
Yes, it
Canada
is.
was the team to beat.
It was the best of the best who was there.
Yeah.
And the rest of and we don't know what Russia's team looks like. I mean, you can't even vote in Russia, so why are we talking about Russia?
No, I know.
mean,
I'm just saying.
I mean, Spencer, Russia wouldn't have had a team full of NHL players. So, I mean, like the U.S.
I
and
don't know,
Canada.
like the hockey season for me literally just began because football freaking just ended. So I'm just thinking of headlines and what the drama is going to be. How much do you guys and they always say that the better story is in the losing team's locker room. Any headlines coming out of Team Canada? Like just tough luck because I did hear that. Did somebody empty net?
They lost to their little brother.
Did
in
somebody?
their eyes. So Big Brother beat them.
Well, no, the headlines in Canada is I can't believe we lost to the women and the guys.
Yeah, that's right. They got swept in their own sport.
Yeah. Did somebody on Canada miss a completely open net goal?
Well, a couple of times. Well, one like Joe said, that great just luck stick save where the puck actually rolled up the dude's stick on a backhand open net right there. They saved one goal. Then yeah, McKinnon blew one on open net also that he had a chance and didn't get it in. But yeah, there were a couple of good chances Canada had to win that game and didn't get it.
Sweet. So, is everybody gonna go party in the streets today for Team USA's gold medel, or is there going to be
No, I'm going to go take a nap because I've been up since 5 o'clock watching hockey.
And riots?
About nap time. Yeah.
People are going to go? Or is anything going to get set on fire anywhere because of Team USA winning today?
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Italy, but probably not there.
All right. So any other I don't know, last final words on Team USA? Go Team USA. We won gold.
Yeah, they got 12 gold medals. That's the most gold medals the U.S. has ever gotten in a Winter Olympics, and it's like the best Winter Olympics that the country's ever had. Honestly, for USA, they got more medals and more golds than they ever done before.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
No, it is. It's just good story. That's awesome.
Hey Joe, how about your girl though? Your girl from the town freaking winning gold medal for skating. And she gave a shout out to the town. That was awesome.
I did see that. That was awesome.
She gave a shout out to the town. Beast mode. Beast mode was hype.
I did see that. I did see that.
What was she from Oakland?
Yeah, she's from Oakland. The girl that won gold.
Nice.
That has a little thing in Her story was even better though.
What
Because
Hell yeah.
she quit hockey. She quit ice skating. Then she called up and said, "Hey," I called her coach, and the coach tried to talk her out of it. He said, "Hey, you know, you're old. You should." She goes, "I'm 18." She goes, "But this is the deal. If I come back, I'm doing it my way. If I need more ice time, I'm going to take more ice time. If I need a break, I'm going to take a break. If I want to eat a hamburger, I'm going to eat a hamburger." So, and she went out there and kicked ass.
And she won gold. Good for her.
No,
Heck
yeah,
yeah,
she won't go. Yeah.
yeah, good for her. Heck yeah, yeah. Olympics are always full of good stories like that. That's good. Yeah.
Awesome. Freaking okay. So anybody else? So the next thing I wanted to dive into is the NBA is coming up with all kinds of crazy ideas of how to get rid of tanking, which okay, for me with sports and you know with this sports podcast overall, it's fun to come on and share opinions about this, that, and the other thing about sports. But again, me, Tony, and Bama from the beginning, the thing that separates, I hope eventually, sports and tacos from other sports podcasts is I would like to slowly become the CNBC of sports podcasts. It's one thing to come on and share your opinions, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, I want to put my money where my mouth is and make some money. So the topic at the moment is NBA is trying to figure out how to get teams to not tank to get draft picks. All right. And they've been trying to stop this for years. They have a bunch of new ideas. Um, and the one that I saw, what are your guys' thoughts on? Because there's a ton of them out there. And this will lead into how you could potentially make money as just a normal person, guys like us, for the rest of the NBA season. But the one I saw was they're thinking about freezing the lottery odds at the trade deadline. So lottery odds will be set at the trade deadline so that teams don't tank the rest of the season. Like it doesn't matter if you win or lose the rest of the season, the odds are already set. Bama, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm just off the top of my head. It kind of sounds good, I guess, but I think that I don't know, man. Yeah. If you freeze at the trade deadline, I guess yes, then that means what they're going to tank earlier in the year after like the first month of the season. They're going to start tanking
I
until the
think
trade
that's the
deadline.
point is I don't think anybody does any NBA team go into the season with tanking from game one. I don't think
No,
any
but
teams are
if you
that
start
bad,
like
are they?
2-12, 2-15, you might. So,
I get that, but I mean there's still kind of a chance. I don't know.
and does that mean also
Of
so so So, but if they do that too, then what if a team that's at the bottom at the deadline all of a sudden does all these trades right at the deadline, and their record says they're frozen in the lottery, but now they got these good players, so then you're going to a playoff team having a chance at the lottery. Now I don't like that. Yeah.
So of all the options, that's the one that I saw that I liked the most anyways. What are your thoughts on freezing the lottery at the trade deadline, Tony?
And kind of make it even for everybody for what's going to happen. Like the team that deserves number one, you could trade them, get rid of them. I don't. I like the freeze. It's
I,
just it'll make it easy,
it just
and nobody can do nothing
I
afterwards.
think because again, even if you're coming into the season the worst team in the NBA, things do happen. Teams that okay, for example, I'm going to use an NFL reference, but the beginning of this year, the Patriots were supposed to be the worst team in the NFL, and they made it to the Super Bowl. So you never really know, especially in the beginning of the season. I don't know, Greg Vaughn, what are your thoughts of freezing the lottery at the trade deadline?
I don't know. I don't think they'll ever fix it. I just think the first four teams, the four worst teams, should get the first four picks, and the rest of that shit, guys will start playing a little harder. I think. You know what I mean? I don't think a team that finishes you know, 10th and goes to the play-in should have a chance at getting the lottery pick.
Yeah,
I
number
mean,
one.
I,
Yeah.
I mean, how are the bad teams ever going to get better? You
Yeah.
know, and you can make them all better, I think, a lot quicker if you know what, the first four teams, or you can even go the first five teams. It is what it is. They get the first five picks, and everything else after that, if you want to do something and be creative to, get ratings, I guess, because I mean, I think that's what the lottery is. But I just don't think, you can't have San Antonio if they don't make the playoffs. They can get another first round pick. I mean, how can that happen?
Dude,
You
that would
know,
be crazy.
or you can go to Oklahoma City that has 12 first round picks and they can possibly get the first pick, because of all the trades they made. So I just think the only way you're going to bring parity throughout the league is to allow the bad teams to get better.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Because I know I'm from SAC, man. We're bad. I said that the over under was like 35. I took the under all day long. And that's no disrespect. I just think we have an owner that acts like the Cowboys owner and puts his mouth and face all in our business and trades all every coach we've traded away is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys got one. You guys got one in Denver. Won a chip in Denver. Malone won a chip. You got Brown and who else? Somebody else. Everybody we get rid of, wins the playoff games because he wants to try to tell them, how to play basketball. I
Yeah.
remember one time he said, "Why don't you just keep DeMarcus at the other end? Don't make him run back." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. So hopefully, they allow the bad teams to get I guess, the best players.
Yeah. J Champ. J Champ, what do you think about freezing it at the trade deadline?
I mean, I don't hate it. I still kind of agree with Greg there that the worst five should get the. There shouldn't be. I think what was it like last year? The Mavericks got the number one pick and got Cooper Flag, and they were
Your
like what
flag, baby.
the 12th best. Yeah, I also like Colin Knippel. I think he might be. He's good too. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you're like the Wizards or the Sacramento this year, it'd be kind of a bummer if you get like the seventh pick after going win like 15 games. So I don't know. I don't necessarily hate tanking as much as the rest of the people. I don't think it's that bad. If you're bad, like no one's gonna watch him. I don't. If you're bad, you're bad. I don't know. Like freezing the deadline helps that much.
Well,
I have
I
a
guess
couple ideas that I like more, but
it just you're probably less likely to start tanking in freaking November than you are in February.
yeah,
Or,
that's true. That's true.
you know,
Yeah,
because okay, and
If
think about it like this.
it,
There's one thing. Think about like if Greg was just talking about if you're an owner. Think about like Sacramento. If you start tanking in the beginning of the season and the fans know it and everybody stops coming, I mean, you're not gonna I don't know exactly how that works, but in the NBA, but if your attendance all of a sudden is nothing and you're the owner, that's a problem. You
yeah,
know?
but if you're a bad team and you freeze it at the deadline, like I don't, you're still probably going to be bad, like even if you're not purposely tanking.
You're still gonna be, yeah, but
I just think it takes bad teams. I think in basketball, it takes bad teams a while to get good. I mean, you either have to
Yeah, exactly.
draft and develop well, like Oklahoma City did, or you have to have, be a destination city. I mean, you look at Denver. Look at what Denver's done. They've added key pieces, but for the most part, those guys all came from within. You know what I mean? They drafted and then they added a piece here or there. In basketball, if you're not a destination city and you don't have a big three wanting to go somewhere, or you don't have James Harden wanting to fuck up your whole organization, it's
yeah,
you're gonna be bad for a while.
yeah. Well, and that when I think about the Nuggets, I get it. The lottery is a huge deal in rebuilding an organization, but you got to keep in mind Joker was a second round draft pick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you draft well and you
Yeah,
develop well, it's just like any organization. You can go back to Joe, talk about the Raiders. The shit that they did the last 3 or 4 years when McDaniels came in set them back 5 years, maybe 7 years. You know what I mean? It's people don't realize Vladi Divac, as much as he was a great player, and I love him to death. He's one of my boys, man. As a GM, Dude, he took 3 white guys in the draft that fucking played 1 year. You know what I mean? And we're talking the top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That, and I'm like, we took George Scoopalopoulos from Greece behind DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, dude, he was out of the league. I mean, you can't miss on seventh, top 10 picks.
No, you can't.
If you miss on top 10 picks, you go to Raiders with DeMarcus Russell. You can't miss on the first.
Darius Hayward May.
Yeah. You can't miss on in the top, I say the top 10, top 15, you can't miss.
Yeah. So now,
But hold on real quick
Go ahead.
before you guys go any further. When you guys were talking earlier about that, where when you have a starting season where it's nothing but losses, we do have one in the NBA, and they're actually stepping up right now. It's the Charlotte Hornets.
yeah, baby,
what
Brandon Miller.
look what their start was. It was very, very. They were looking like they were going to get the first round or the first pick,
Yeah.
and now look at them. They're having they're having multiple victories. If they have one loss, they have 4 wins.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty
West-
well.
You know what?
Yeah,
And
so
then,
you don't-
Tony,
you don't
they're
wanna
probably going to make
freeze-
the playoffs. They're
Yeah,
probably
so
going
you
to
don't want to freeze a team that might make the playoffs like that. Like I say, just because. Yeah.
But
That's all. I don't
but
like
once
to
again,
freeze
look
it,
what they
freeze it
did
out.
though. I mean, dude, after Michael Jordan, as great as he was as a player, after he got out of the way, I mean, look how they draft Canupa from Duke and Ball and
Brandon
Miller. I mean, dude, they put players on there. Sometimes it takes. You got to remember these kids are 19,
Yeah.
20
Mhm.
at the maybe even 18. Who knows if they reclassify and came out early? You know what I mean? It's going to take maturity wise. But I mean, they're athletic. Once again, they're athletic. They're young, and they got the right coach now. So I think basketball is a funny sport. You got to remember these kids have been getting paid since they've been 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've been getting paid a long time.
Yeah. And, the likelihood, the odds of, getting a Joker in the second round, at least in the NBA is probably much, much, much less likely than, say, in the NFL where you draft a 6th rounder and the guy becomes a superstar. For the most part, most guys, that go on to be NBA stars are usually a top 10 pick, in the draft. I would say probably 90% of the time. Now, don't get me wrong, there's guys that are second round picks that go on to become stars occasionally. It just doesn't seem to happen, as much as maybe in other sports. Now, anyways, where I wanted to lead with this and how guys like us can make money on tanking is I looked up what teams face the most teams that are tanking the rest of the season. Okay. So you're going to have a lot of good teams playing basically bye-week teams, playing the Spencer of fantasy football who hasn't set his lineup in 2 months.
Yeah, but aren't they trying to stop tanking though? Ain't they going to start taking away draft picks and stuff? Or is
So
that next year?
anyways, the 76ers, the Hawks, the Hornets, the Cavs, the Knicks, and the Orlando Magic all face teams that are tanking between 8 to 9 games the rest of the season. So Tony, you are Tony the Greek. Does Vegas know this? Like, okay, when you see, I don't know, say the Cavs are playing Sacramento, you take the Cavs all day long, no matter what the point spread is.
Yeah, but
Vegas-
so good. Of course, Vegas knows about it.
Yeah, of
If, for instance, if the Cavaliers is playing Sacramento and Sacramento's the home. Usually, a home dog usually gets 3 points. It all depends on everything. But like with Sacramento, the way they are right now, so if if Cleveland comes in, all right. Right there and then the bookie's already thinking, all right, that's minus 6 points. But since they're playing Sacramento, yeah, it's minus 12.
Right. So
They just doubled it.
Okay.
And then they're hoping somebody's going to jump on the board saying, "Oh man, I like the fact that I'll take Sacramento and I'll get the 12." It's an up and down thing, but they double it, including on stuff like that.
So, okay, Joe.
They know.
Joe, everybody on here, everybody on here does a little wagering occasionally.
I was looking at odds on the PGA right now, actually.
I figured you were. I figured you were. So, Joe, okay, let's say right now, like, well, you're just the scenario. It's the Cavs at Sacramento. We know Sacramento is tanking. The spread would have been 6. Now it's 12. I mean, I just don't see how anyone could bet on Sacramento plus the 12 if you know they're trying to lose and okay, I think about it like you would invest in a stock, maybe short term, right? Think about a team that's tanking and just bet on them every game to not cover the rest of the season. Now, obviously, they're going to cover a couple games. Something's going to happen here or there. A basket's going to go in, whatever.
But they're going to play the games. They're not just going to lay down every time.
Yeah, I was going to say, some of these players, they might be younger guys trying to make, on 10-day contracts. I want to get a real NBA contract.
Could take those big spreads.
So
but the other thing, Shotgun, you got to look under and you got to look at.
They rest their best players too.
Exactly. It's one of those where when Cleveland's going to Sacramento and they know Sacramento's going to start tanking because of the fact of they want that lottery pick, but at the same time, Cavaliers are going, "Hey, man, I'm going to rest my Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to rest a couple players where we know where we're going to have a game. We're going to win still."
Oh, yeah,
but you know
true.
what? That minus 12 is looking very nice to the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, plus 12.
Yeah, the plus 12. So,
for me, it would make a very interesting case study, essentially. Okay, does anybody got a computer that they can look up like the worst team? Give me the 5 worst teams in the NBA right now.
Kings, Brooklyn, Wizards.
Okay, so
but you know what, Spencer?
Go ahead.
To your point, you could take Memphis now, but before Utah made that trade, I mean, Utah might be a force to be reckoned with because their front lines 7 foot, 6'11", and athletic.
No,
so Utah just got a whole lot better at the trade deadline.
Yeah, and not only that, but Utah has a lot of capital in general. Look out for Utah in the future. But what I'm saying here is the point here is to maybe try and make money. Okay? So if you were to just blindly bet on say, well, give me one of those teams, Greg. Who was the worst bet?
Sacramento, and I'm a diehard Kings. I had season tickets for 30 years. I don't bet with my heart.
I get it. Let's take Brooklyn, for example. Okay. If you were to bet on the Brooklyn Nets to not cover another game the rest of the season, say you're throwing $1,000 on every game, you don't care what the spread is, anything, basically do a case study. So whatever, say there's 30 games left and all they have to do is not cover 20 of those games and you made money. Do you understand? So you would say it's say it's just $100 a game. There's 30 games left. You put $100 on every game. They cover 20, or sorry, they don't cover 20. They do cover 10. You would make
break even. You break even at that because if you're taking the point spreads, you're not getting plus odds. It's going to be like minus 110, minus 105, minus 115.
There's going to be the vig. Don't get me wrong, but if you win 20 bets and you lose 10, you made money. Period.
Well, just a second ago, you said if you lose 20 bets and win 10, you make money.
Okay, and when I say lose, that's because you're betting. You don't care who their opponent is. You just want Brooklyn.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying. But when you the first thing you said was if you lose 20 and win 10, you make money, and I said no, that's not the case.
Yeah, no, that's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying. if you
Of course, you win
make
20 out of 10, they're going to make money anytime. Anytime you win 2
yeah.
out of 3, you're going to make money.
So what I'm getting at here, Greg Vaughn, is this a good theory to make money or no?
No, not for me.
Joe,
No.
Joe, do you want to get in on Spencer's trust fund? Where we're
No,
just
I don't like betting on trash, Spencer. I think that's a word you that's a saying you've told me before.
Tony,
When you bet on
Tony the
trash,
Greek.
expect trash back.
Tony the Greek, I'm starting the Spencer Trust Fund of betting against tanking teams. How much are you going to invest?
Well, it's not the investment. It's not even close. No.
Crazy.
Man, you down 600 tacos to me.
No, I know.
What you talking about?
Hey, speaking of that, the spicy monkeys. Have we talked to the spicy monkeys?
I will be giving you Chad's number for you to contact him because he's waiting to talk to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we'll make the spicy monkeys the first donation. Bama, are you going to invest in the Spencer Tank Fund?
No, I'm not investing in the Spencer anti-retirement fund.
Oh, dang it.
Hey, Spencer,
great idea.
Spencer, aren't you the same guy that had New England?
I did. Yes, I'm not saying, okay, so that's why this is my thing. I'm not good at betting on individual games, but this is a strategy that I'm trying to come up with here. So, okay, then I'll leave it at this last thing. So that's betting point spreads,
Money line?
over-unders. Over. Take the over on these tanking teams. Yes or no, Bama?
The over on tanking teams, I would
Yeah,
say
they
if
don't
you
care.
know,
They're trying to lose.
right. So if they're trying to lose, why would you take an over? Take an under. That means they're going to
Yeah,
be
there's no
missing
way.
You got to
shots and
remember,
turning the ball over. And,
those players aren't trying to lose.
yeah,
Those players
exactly.
those players are trying. It's an audition for the other 31
Yeah,
teams.
they're trying to
You
make
know what I
money.
mean? They're out there. If I'm not with this team, I'm trying to get a contract with someone else. So
Yeah.
I don't think the players are tanking. I think the Kings are horrible just because of decisions that have been made. Right? I don't think it's Doug Christie. I don't think it's any the coaches. I mean, it's that old analogy. It's hard to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I mean? I had a lot of coaches. I played on some of those teams. That's what I was in Tampa. They're like, we're in the East with the Yankees. I mean, we weren't tanking.
Yeah,
You just couldn't win.
yeah.
And the West is no joke, dude. I mean, you see Houston last night?
Oh my God.
West is no joke.
No.
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
You got Denver? Yeah, you got Denver, you got Houston. I mean, dude.
OKC, Minnesota,
San
Tony.
Antonio again.
the
Sorry,
Lakers, if they ever get their stuff together.
Tony.
And
is
if Curry comes back, you don't know what
Yeah,
version of the
Curry,
Warriors you're going to
Golden
get.
State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
betting the over, Tony, on against the tanking teams? Is that a good strategy or no? You're Tony the Greek, man. You tell me.
It depends on the team too. Like they say, if they're going to be resting their players, you got to watch out and take, watch for that too. So
For instance, if I'm taking like Indiana Pacers to tank, I'm taking them because they have nobody. New Orleans, yes, I'll take them to tank.
but they're scary. New
Sacramento-
Orleans, dude, because your boy can go off for 50 and they could blow out the Lakers. You know what I mean? If he decide, Zion, if he plays, it's just crazy.
And what is up with that kid? Since he's been with the NBA,
Talk about Zion?
has he ever finished a full season?
No.
no, not yet.
This is just ridiculous. You know what the curse is that when he
Blew
was
a shoe out.
in the championship, in Duke, when he got a flat tire, that flat tire never got filled till this day. What is going on, brother?
But I think this year was a big turning point for him. I think because they were talking about trading him and not maxing him. You see his body, the way he came back this year, man. He's balling, and you don't want to be in his way. Like I said, he changed his body. I think he's doing well. But once again, they traded all Ingram. They traded their players. You got to decide. But I tell you what, about 2 years, New Orleans is going to be a force to be reckoned with. They have another. Like I said, their front line is all freaking 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah, they have potential to be beast mode. I have two questions for you, Joe. So is betting the bad teams, the overs on the bad teams, good strategy? Is that something you would do or not, Joe?
No, I don't really like it, to be honest.
You think Vegas has all these angles covered?
Yeah, I think they have the angles, and I don't know.
Okay, so
I
then
really love
Greg
it.
just brought up something. Greg, would you, yes or no, invest in Zion memorabilia and merch right now? Why? Because it's a potential again. The goal here is to make money. You can get his
Yeah.
stuff for
Well,
dirt cheap.
I
Though.
mean, I think it's probably, a good value now to buy low and the ceiling's still high. But, I think he lost a little bit of stock after the first pick.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It hasn't really done much. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you're into, yeah, I would buy now. And because, like I said, this year he's shown me that he wants to be the guy. So we'll see what happens.
Joe, buying or selling Zion's future?
I agree with Greg. I think right now would be a good time to buy while it's still a little low. And then I have seen how he's transformed his body, so it'd be cool to see in a couple years him kind of just like and like I said, sometimes when he got drafted when he was 19 years old, sometimes it takes a few years for these guys, maturity level, like in later 20s, he might kind of wake up, get his diet, keep his diet on track and be, top 10, top 15 player in a few years.
I
So
wonder. Okay, I'll finish the question. Bama, buy or sell Zion?
Just like what everybody else is saying, man. Yeah, I'm sure it's a good point to buy now because it's buy low or buy low so high because it's got to be a pretty low point for his merchandise at the moment. Might have come up a little bit what he's done this year, of course, but yeah, I mean, if you could get low enough, sure, we'll take a flyer with him. Heck yeah.
Tony, buy, sell Zion.
Oh man, buy him now. Buy him now. He finally got a swift kick in the butt and got the understanding. He knows he's an NBA now.
Don't spend a lot to.
No, again, that's the point. You wouldn't
I'll
have
buy
to.
his I'll
Like
buy his rookie
literally,
cards and hey, I'll gamble, man. I'll
listen,
gamble.
you could get on eBay right now and buy lots of his high-end rookie cards for dirt cheap, Okay, then I want to leave the Zion topic with this. Because Luca all of a sudden is in, like I was saying when they traded him, he's getting in great shape because he's on the Lakers. I knew you can't come to LA and I hate to say it, but be a fat pig. You just can't. You will get absolutely clowned if you're on the Lakers in LA, in Hollywood, being a
You got to
fat
get the
pig
shot. You got to get the
loser,
shot.
So what I'm saying is Zion.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie
What if
world.
Zion? You think the Lakers would take a flyer on Zion somehow, some way? And would that be good for his career? I think it would be. What are your thoughts, Greg?
I think it'd be good because he wouldn't Lucas. It's still Lucas' team, right? So
Yeah.
Zion, anytime he might not have to be the man, but you got to think about it, Spence. These guys are, their contracts, coming out of school. I mean, there's 19 years old. Next thing you know, they're making $20 million, or they might be making 40 just from their shoe deal.
Yeah.
So that's $60 million. And if you don't have a good support team around you, and you weren't raised to, by two strong-willed people, and you got, I think Zion, he went out. I think the first couple of years had two or three different babies by strippers. You know what I mean? And was doing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with strip clubs. I mean, the Gold
Oh,
Club in
yeah.
Denver is
We all
pretty
know
good.
about strip
But I'm
clubs,
just
Greg. You
saying,
don't have to tell us.
it's pretty good. But I'm just saying it's. I don't know. I just think it takes some maturity, man. You got to think about it. These
Yeah.
guys haven't been told no pretty much their whole life. They've been able to do what they wanted to do, especially when you're a generational talent like he is.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes as Chuck said the other day, you can be the bridesmaid, you don't have to be the bride.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I think some guys are better off being the bridesmaid than being the bride.
Yeah. I mean, you throw Zion and Luca together, both in shape. I saw a headline where the Lakers need to move on from LeBron. What are your thoughts, Joe? You think Zion could have a bright future if he somehow ended up on the Lakers?
yeah, I think it could. It would be, I think, like kind of like Greg was saying, like these guys have been used to being the bride. I think it would take some maturity from him to be like, okay, this isn't my team. But if he was able to do that, I think Luca and Zion would honestly work pretty well together. But I
Well,
think it
and
would.
after living in LA now for like 6 freaking years, like you get a lot of big fish from small ponds. You come out to LA, even LeBron, Petros and Money have talked about this for years. Like even LeBron's star wasn't big enough to where he just showed up and was the man.
I
Like
still, I
it
still think
doesn't
it's
work like
Kobe
that
City,
out here.
right?
Doesn't
think
work
it's all
like that out here.
Yeah.
So I think, when you're the big fish in a small pond and you come to being a big fish in the ocean of LA, you have to work harder or you're gonna not get the recognition that you did in your small market that you came from.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Bama, Tony, Zion, bright future if he ended up a Laker.
Sure, yeah, why not? I mean, yeah,
What the heck?
if he's getting his act together right there, yeah, Luke would be a great person to go with. Heck yeah.
Sweet. Okay, we'll wrap it up. Well,
I love it.
wrap it up with some college basketball. Again, I need to make money.
I won money last night on Duke.
It costs money.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry,
Just-
I
Tony. I
lost
took
money
Duke
on
last
this
night, though.
Michigan over here.
Yeah, me
I threw a little
too.
bit on Duke.
just-
Tony, did you have me lose my parlay betting with your heart? I took your Michigan to lead.
What? I love you, Greg. I love you.
Same here. I lost because of that damn Michigan.
Yeah. I started the morning out great this morning. I took USA on the money line, as plus 100. And God bless you, USA. But gosh darn it, God bless you, man. Winning the gold again. I love it. This is awesome, man. We haven't done it since Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Or Lake
Hey,
Placid.
Spence, I got to run.
Lake
We're planting the
Placid.
church, and today's our first service, so I got.
Oh, you're good. You're good, Greg. Okay,
run
so
out of here. I'll
really,
see you guys though.
Greg.
All right.
See you, Greg.
All right, fellas. I'll
All
see
right,
you.
see you guys. We'll see you next week, Greg. Okay, so again, for me, all other sports basically have just started because NFL just ended, like a lot of people, unless you're a crazy sports fan. So Michigan is 3-1 still, even after last night, as far as I know, to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Duke is 6-1. Houston is 6-1. Arizona is 6-1. That's kind of your top tier.
Arizona always
So
chokes.
what
Yes.
you guys are going
that-
to be following this more than like me. Then you have Florida 10-1.
Okay, about to say, that's who you got to watch out for. Florida looks
Okay.
like the best team in basketball right now.
10-1. That's
Florida looks like the best team in basketball.
so Illinois is
How about-
11-1. Iowa State is 13-1. UConn is 22-1 to win it all. So if let's make some money. How are we going to make some money with these odds?
Bet on Duke or Florida.
Duke or Florida? And March Madness.
I'll throw my
is
Michigan in there too. Yesterday was a great game. Hey, man, we've been winning between 30 to 40 points. So, hey,
Until you play Duke.
until we play Duke.
Where was that game at?
It's a neutral site.
Washington, D.C.
It
Oh,
was
it's on
in
a neutral
Washington.
field?
Yeah.
Neutral court.
Now Michigan's a good team, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with come tournament time. But it's really only like 4 teams. I feel like they'll only really have a shot, and that's Florida, Duke, Michigan, and either Houston or Arizona. One of those two.
And the way Arizona looked last night,
Arizona
wow.
look good, so I'll put them back up there again.
When what they played in Houston and their defense, their rebounds were disgusting because right when they rebounded, boom.
I'm
They
going to
made
throw
it
a
big.
real long shot out there. What
What?
about the Wisconsin Badgers, who beat a couple top 25 teams? I know they just lost to Ohio State, but no,
Nah.
they're about 100 to win.
Not a long-term tournament team right there.
Nah,
They beat a
Wisconsin got
couple top
lucky on us.
dogs.
They
Hey, Joe.
beat us in our house.
They play hard.
Joe,
They're 120-1 right now.
Joe, do you got the odds up? Like, what's Kansas?
Kansas, I believe, is 25-1.
Kansas 25.
Yeah, they just got waxed last night at home
Yeah, they
by
did get
15
waxed.
to Cincinnati.
Okay, so
Kentucky's
Tony
150-1.
the Greek. This is where so I'm okay. Just so you guys know, me and Greg, we had a big meeting with a dude named Matt Abels recently. Matt Abels is a big network producer. He's one of Craig Hanley's homies. All right. Matt Abels is interested in the Sports and Tacos podcast and maybe getting it to whatever a next level would look like. And the main reason he's interested in it is the gambling aspect. He knows how much money there is in sports gambling these days. I mean, they're homies with FanDuel, DraftKings, all those dudes. They know him. And he was like, we had a long meeting, me and Greg with Matt, this dude Matt. And basically, I was like, look, man, if you go back and you watch every NFL episode from not this season, but the season before, remember when Greg hit the parlay live on air?
Yeah.
And the accuracy. He's like, if you guys can sell your accuracy in sports gambling, he's like, we could make this work. So Tony, okay, from these odds, what would you, okay, for me, my strategy usually with odds to win a championship, I'll put big money on one of the favored teams. Like I would throw whatever, if I was rich, whatever, I would throw $100 on Duke at 6-1. Then I would throw probably like 50 on Florida at 10-1. Then I would throw a bunch of other 10 and maybe $20 wagers on the long shots. So Tony, if you're, say you're somebody out there watching the show, what do you think your strategy would be to make money on March Madness this year?
Well, definitely start watching now because it's coming down to division time where everybody's matching up. I think long shots, there's, it's a rarity, but nah, man, this season, they're all the big names.
Stick with the
I
big
like
boy?
them all. I like Michigan. Even though
course
they
you like
lost to
Michigan.
Duke last night, that was a great game. But I throw Michigan in there, Duke in there. Iowa State, that's one of the ones I think might have something, but you also got to look at BYU. Those are my long shots.
BYU, really?
BYU.
Yeah.
BYU is
BYU.
Yeah, I like
91.
BYU. And then,
They got a top 5
They could
pick.
put Sweet 16. That'd be about it.
and the one that
Is
I look
BYU,
different
listen,
on
is,
because everybody thinks, oh, they've already left, is I like UConn.
Yeah, I like UConn.
UConn is a surprise to me because of the talent,
And the coach. He's done it twice, back-to-back years, a couple of years ago.
and
I just- my-
it's just they're a good school.
my
And
problem with like Wisconsin and BYU is it's kind of like Creighton. Back, I don't know if Creighton's still a thing.
They
But
just beat UConn.
They just beat UConn. Okay, but it's
Yeah,
always
But Creighton's not very good this year. They're like a 500 team.
they're like it's always a bunch of bounce pass, and white boys. Like
Shoot them threes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They can
they
shoot.
remind me of like a 1950s basketball practice video. Where you need to bounce pass and get your layup game.
Jerry West
Make
over there
sure you
bouncing
get that
the ball
layup
up.
game going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No dunking allowed.
when you get those teams against a Michigan or a Duke, it's like, are these dudes really going to bounce past their way to a victory?
No, they're not.
Not typically.
that's why I think this season, with all the teams that are ranked and everybody that is ranked in the top 25, there's a reason that they're ranked top 25 because they're the best in America. And you know what? Everybody's good.
There's a pretty big difference between like 4, 5, 6, 7 teams and the rest of everybody else. There's a pretty big difference.
I agree on that.
So okay, Tony, give me two for anybody that's watching after we post this video. Give me two teams, the two most likely teams. I don't care what the odds are that you're putting money on to win March Madness.
To win March Madness.
To win the whole enchilada, son.
All right. And it's not because I'm being a homer, I'm going Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Not being a homer, I'm being honest.
Not no homer in there at all. Not whatsoever.
And then the next one, I'm Arizona.
Really?
And
Arizona?
then, yep.
Arizona always.
Those are my two picks.
That's
Arizona, Michigan.
All
Well,
right.
you told me
Well,
to
if that's
pick
the
two.
case, Tony the Greek has
For a
fucking
creeper going to the Final Four, I say Florida.
and
That's not a creeper though. They're the defending champions.
so Joe,
Yeah.
Gamma, we've all lost a lot of money to Tony over the years, thinking that he's crazy. Joe,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What would you, I don't know. I mean, you just heard him. I can't put any stock in Michigan because that's the
Arizona,
homer pick.
Michigan.
He just took Arizona, Joe. Is that worthy of just a Tony said so bet?
I just Arizona, they are good this year. I just feel like when it comes March time, they always falter. They always do. They always lose in like that 1 versus 8 matchup or like, Sweet 16 L. I just feel like they kind of always choke when it comes March time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
Kansas always does that too.
yeah,
Kansas
KU does
has
that
done
too.
that for
But
years
KU's
now.
won. KU's won. When I was young, I remember them beating Memphis and I won my March Madness
Well,
pool
yeah,
for that.
when
So
you
I
were young, I
always
remember like 20 years ago,
yeah, well
25 years ago.
they'll always have my heart because
I mean, I remember when Kansas won with Danny Manning. That was in the 80s.
Danny
So, yeah, I
Manning.
remember
That's a
that.
good point.
Yeah.
KU has been choking. They're not the same old rock chalk Jayhawk they used to be. But I kind of feel the same about Arizona. I kind of like UConn and I like Houston this year.
Okay. Bama, you going with or against Tony the Greek?
I mean, like I said, there's about 4 or 5 teams that has a really good shot. Tony mentioned 2 of those teams, Michigan and Arizona, but no, I don't think either one of them do it. It's going to be a Florida or Duke.
Florida or
That's
Duke?
my two.
Got the Boozer twins.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boozer, a repeat from Florida, or the Boozer going at it again. Yeah.
Cool. All right, dudes. I think that's a show. So,
It's gonna be a good tournament, though.
what are you guys watching today?
NASCAR, baby. Go Chase. Atlanta.
Go Spaniard.
That
Go
Daytona
Kyle Busch.
And the Nuggets
Daytona
playing.
I had
And the Nuggets play at 1:30.
Nuggets
They're
playing.
playing the Warriors. Warriors, come out and play.
What were you saying, Joe?
nothing. What was it? I had some money on Michael McDowell for the Daytona last week. He almost did well. He was in that last lap.
We all had it, almost did well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that's Daytona,
Woulda,
right?
coulda,
That's
shoulda.
I
Daytona,
had a guy right behind Chase. I had Chase all together, then the guy behind him
I-
also, and they both right to finish out the top 5. So I lost everything. So,
Yeah, I don't know anyone who
I
had
won
Reddick.
Kyle Busch yesterday, the truck race though. I won like $60 on Busch. But
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
Hey,
All right,
Shotgun, I'll send you Chad's phone number.
Yeah, send me Chad's phone number. Like I said, I got to go get the Taco Bell gift certificates. We'll make sure them spicy monkey kids are eating bean burritos for weeks.
make sure there's a Taco Bell in Wisconsin where they're going. So
There's got it. It's America. And today is America kind of day because we just won the gold medal.
go USA. Yeah,
I don't know,
I love
like-
the Olympics, but I will not be doing the closing ceremonies. I don't watch the closing ceremonies.
Go eat some Taco Bell and set something on fire. Blow something up, some fireworks or
Yeah.
something. You know why? This is America. That's
Because
why.
we can. Although we really can't here. We're kind of in a drought. We need to watch out here in Colorado.
That's a good point. It is.
Yeah. Don't do it in Colorado. We're in a drought and it's sunny today. So that means that everything will burn up. So
But then just go throw a rock at something. I don't know.
yeah, go break a window.
Go do something very American today because we are the champions of the
We'll
world.
just shoot guns in the air like they do here in
Yeah, just go,
Tejon Street.
go out to a field and shoot something. All right.
Field my house just right outside the front porch.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good day. See everybody next week.
Word, latest.
All
Latest, man.
right.